investing in Nigeria is good business, but investing in Bayelsa is better business. and that's what I'm here for. Now you've got a vibrant youth population, and it's important that we plan ways and means of giving them skills and give them the tools with which they can compete and survive in an increasingly competitive global environment. So in Bayelsa, what we are doing is using agriculture, and I agree perfectly with her. The figures are going up, the numbers are positive in terms of investment in agriculture, in terms of the output we're seeing at the national level. But that's because of what is going on in the various states. Because whereas you have one national economy, the sum total of the national economy is made up of what happens in the various states and so on. The national is setting the right policies, the right emphasis on agriculture, expanding the frontiers of our economy, using agriculture and so on and so forth, which is good. But that's also what we are doing in the states. And in my state, for example, we are taking advantage of our terrain, which is very favorable in the area of aquaculture. Because Bayelsa is water, 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 and there's plenty of water to drink. So we have aquaculture villages that we've established. One of it completely finished, and it's a one-stop shop for aquaculture, both training, and then when we train the young people in those 500 ponds that are there, and each pond is 50 by 100 feet, simple, just 18 ponds. We don't want it to be too technical. So, and we have 500 of such in the aquaculture village. You have the hatchery in it. So we produce the fingerlings there, and they learn how to do that. Mm-hmm. They have the feed mill there, so they don't go outside the farm. So we give them the feed mills, and we have the processing factory, all of it together. That's just to give you an example about what we are doing as a practical way of giving the young people skills. But beyond agriculture, we're also trying to use technology, and all of us should take that seriously, because unless these young people are mobilized to be part of the digital revolution, then we'll have a lot of problems on hand. So we in Bayelsa are doing that. We're working with our partners to open up technology hubs to see how we can promote digital literacy and all of that, to see how we can empower them. We have a lot of experience doing so because, as you know, the story of Nigeria and oil and gas started in my state. Yep. So if there's any state that has experience in terms of managing youths, in terms of managing the fallouts of the oil and gas boom that the country has enjoyed for all these decades, it is Bayelsa and states around the Delta. So we are working hard to see that the youths have the right training, and then we open up the economy. The story is not just about Nigeria aspiring for an economy beyond oil and gas. We in Bayelsa take that seriously. That's why we're investing robustly in schools, capacity building, because you need that for the young people. Because a youth that is well empowered in the area of skills, tools, education, awareness, will not have time for the negative things that are sometimes associated with the region. And so we are doing that to be able to mop them up. And we have the support of the federal agencies, the central bank with a robust program on anchor borrowers, and all other programs who are leveraging on it.
I mean, as Yewanda was saying, no one wants to wish oil away. But I'm sure we can get more out of the oil industry. We've talked about gas reserves. Why is there not more in terms of, for example, gas power stations in Nigeria?
Okay, good. And of course, my state has the highest gas reserves also in the country. And what we're also trying to do is to unlock the potentials that gas reserves have for accessing power, access to power. And what we're doing, because of the complications in the national legislative framework, and I know they are working on the Petroleum Industry Governance Bill and so on, and we hope that those issues will be sorted out. But we have found a window. Because we have so much gas in our state, we're in touch with our development partners, our friends, to say, look, let us have the gas that you own. Ajib, Shell, and all of them, and we are working with them. So we are creating the first industrial park, eco-industrial park, that will have in it a power generating station fired by gas, the gas that we already own. So the construction has already started, and we hope to use the gas reserves that we have to be able to serve as a catalyst for industrialization. So if there are investors here, if there are businessmen who want to set up companies, manufacturing, ventures, and so on, the place to be is Bayelsa in Nigeria. Because by the end of this year and the first quarter of next year, we hope to have the first eco-industrial park powered by gas resources so that we can make 24-hour power availability possible, so that we can create jobs and then develop skills.
Tonya Cole, there's been a special election. You've been elected president. You have 100 days. What are the 3 policies that you're going to put in to ensure economic diversification in Nigeria?
Okay, so the first thing that I would do is make sure that everybody stops looking at where the limelight areas, oil, all the things that do stand up in the limelight. Move away from there. I think Nigeria's real growth and power is not in the limelight areas, it's in the things that a lot of people do not see. The human capital, their creativity, the entrepreneurial spirit, and all of that. So the first thing that I would do would be to unleash all of that, and that's very simple. It's by making them understand that they will be appreciated, that their intellectual capacity and ability to do these things will be recognized. Allow that free flow of ideas to go, because they're already doing it. It's now just to recognize it. So one, that would be the first thing. The second thing would be to understand that as complex as Nigeria is, it really is simple to fix when you understand where the key levers are. And there's some key levers that must be done. One of those key levers would be, for example, to allow and give the states that are doing things some of the autonomy that they require to explode, just to move. And they require it, and you see that happening. It's happening unofficially now, out of desperation, out of a need to survive. Now, why not just allow it to explode and move? And so, the control in the center to be released a bit, that needs to be done. So that would be the second thing. Whether that can be done in 100 days would be a different topic. But I think that's the second thing that needs to be done. And then I would say that the third aspect as to where one would look at, essentially, would be in understanding that we have a huge population of Nigerians that are doing incredible things outside of Nigeria. Nigeria's
You have the part 2 of the new Nigerian economy at the Africa CEO Forum on Monday, and of course the third part also next week. We'll be right back after the break. You're watching Business Morning.